Hello, everybody, and welcome to a chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby on a Sunday. I used to say daily chat, but I only turn up at the weekend, so we'll just say another chat, shall we? Loads of people in already. That intro was a little bit delayed, wasn't it? You probably saw me sitting there going, and then all of a sudden, but here I am, nevertheless. Let's get the hellos out of the way, see who we've got in the chat. Got several new names I've not seen before, which is always great. Morning Glory, hello. I saw you left a comment earlier on. Gary Thornbury, hello. Paranormal Channel X, all regulars. Respect to Mr. and Mrs. Gabby Cabby. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, Mr. Cabby is out here talking to you guys. Mrs. Cabby is inside with Junior Cabby watching a movie. He'll probably be going to bed soon, I would have thought, but never you mind. Thank you for that. Nigel the handyman. I've had a good weekend. We went down the crazy golf earlier. I won. Yay! I'm usually crap at golf, so pretty cool there. Frugal Stew. Sorry, Andy won't make your live, but I would like to say thank you again for yesterday. You were brilliant. Very welcome. Very welcome indeed. If I can help, I will. And I'll explain all that in a little while. Johnny, the Northern News Hound, good to see you in the chat. And thank you for joining me, as always. Brilliant stuff. What else have we got here? Anthony P. Hello. Wonder what's on the agenda. Looking forward to it. My first time watching the live stream. A first timer. Well, welcome. Thank you, Anthony. And I appreciate the support. Gary Thornbury, yes, is in the chat. Grow Zone. Mark and Janice. Hi, Andy. We look forward to this every Sunday and all your videos. Seems like they're gunning for Russell Brand now. You will need to be careful as your channel grows. They can invent a scandal. Just about everybody, can't they? It seems to me very much with Russell Brand. I'm just going to put my phone on silent because it keeps going beep, beep, beep while I'm sorting everything out. It appears with Russell Brand that it's very much trial by media. The media have come out. The media have said, okay, the guy's guilty. Let's destroy him. Now, Russell Brand came out a few days back and said, all right, yes, this is going to be said about me. I deny it all. It didn't happen. I was a randy bastard in my younger years. We don't know what happened. We don't know how it happened, when it happened, and if it happened. We need to let due process, take hold and see where it goes. Me personally, I think he's getting too close to the truth. And usually something seedy comes out of the woodwork, released by somebody somewhere to finish people off. And we'll see. But I did do a video on this. Ryan, Sanity Checkers, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Julie Baldwin, another one of my mods. Good to see you. Velocet Dude, did I say that right? Hit the like button, folks. Yes, please do. That does help the algorithm shove this about everywhere. I see we've got 184 in the chat already. That's wonderful stuff. Pete Nicola, hi. Ever Dreaming Tim, Laura Rowe, Michael Morland, I Function. I love it. Hi, Andy. How are you? I am absolutely fine and dandy. Thank you very much. Butts Unplugged. I love that one. Dave, Brian, Kay Mackay, as always, in the house. Good to see you. Kay Cooler. Factual Breakdown. It was her birthday the other day, folks. So I hope she had a good day. I did do a little video shout out for her, and good to see you in. And hello to just about everybody else. There's loads and loads and loads of people. Absolutely brilliant. Graham. Hello from Graham and Fiona. Hope you're well, Graham. Shout out to you guys. Hope you're doing all right. Who else we got? JB, Gary here. Yeah, loads and loads of new names. Brilliant. Well, first order of business, I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about some of my friends. Yes, fellow YouTubers. And the first one I want to talk about is Frugal Stew. And bring up the actual channel here. There we go. Frugal Stew has got something to celebrate. He has literally just passed 2,000 subscribers. I noticed yesterday he put a little post up saying that he was getting close. So I put a post up on mine and said, help him get over the line. And I see today he's just over 2,000 subscribers. So congratulations to him. If you haven't done so, I don't know if Blood Nose is about, or Julie or somebody can put a link in the chat for his channel. He talks all about cost of living, how to live frugally and make the best out of what you got, and budgeting and all sorts of stuff. Interesting information in this day and age. I have had Frugal Stew on my channel before. We had a chat together, which was good, and really, really nice, genuine, down-to-earth bloke, just one of us. So great. If you haven't done so, go and have a look at Frugal Stew. The next one, absolutely average, Russ. I don't know whether he's in here yet. Before I do that, this is my uncle. Where is he? Yeah, hi Andy. 61 on Friday. More toys coming. Yes. Forever the eternal child. This one is my uncle. He loves his toys and his models and everything else. And I can't believe he's 61. Yeah, he really is old. Oh dear, oh dear. But I hope you have a good birthday, Uncle. I truly do. Right, the next one. Absolutely average. Russ, my friend. He did a very good interview. I think it was yesterday with Richard Vobes. And here he is. And I just want to play a short excerpt of this. I thought this was a very good catch getting him on there. Here we go.
There's an interesting one for you. Would it be an ambition to have a travel show on mainstream TV, on BBC, for example? It's a bad example, that case. Like Michael Palin or Michael Portillo?
In the old days, that was what I was trying to achieve. I set up the Bald Explorer, and I thought it would be fantastic to explore Britain, England in particular, because I'm an Englishman, and I wanted to really put England on the map, because it seemed that we sort of are allowed to say all the nice things about Scotland and all the lovely things about Wales and Ireland, Northern Ireland. But when it came to England, all of Ireland, yes, but all of it. But when it comes to England, it seemed that there was something weird. So we always referred to England as Britain, which of course is all of it.
Yes.
And so that was what I set the Bald Explorer to do up. And I tried and tried and tried to get on the box. I did actually get, this is quite curious, I got approached by one of the producers of Coast that Neil Oliver used to present. And they rang me up out of the blue after having seen some of my stuff. And at that time, I was making very long format, very documentary style stuff. And I funded it all myself, put it on YouTube. And they said, we really like the way you do things. Be interesting to put you forward for a presenter on Coast. But then came the killer question, what did you read at university? And
really?
I said, I didn't go to university. And they went, yes, that's a shame, because the BBC won't accept you if you're not famous. If you're very famous and you haven't been to university, you can do anything and people will just accept your personality.
Who'd want to work for them anyway? I certainly wouldn't. But there you go. There's a little excerpt from the interview that Russ did with Richard Vobes. I've watched it. Great show. Really nice guy. And Russ, go and subscribe to him, because he gets some great interviews going with some interesting people, and Richard's certainly one of them. I hope to get Russ back on my show at some point in the not too distant future. So that will be good. That will be good. And the last one I want to give a shout out to, of course, is my friend Sanity Checkers, Ryan. Now, Ryan has had a little bit of a transition of his channel. What he's done, he's given it a facelift. He's changed the artwork for his profile picture and what's going on in the top as well, and a little bit of a facelift to do with all of his thumbnails, a little bit more catchy. Now, I think he's getting somewhere with this because I've noticed all his views and his subscribers and everything are going up, and he's doing really well. So that's another channel that could do with a bit of support as well. So if you haven't done so, please consider going and checking out Ryan. You know, these channels, subscribing is completely free, no obligation whatsoever, and it really does help them out. Christine, ET came home, absolutely. But Ryan, he's doing ever so well. Got another first timer in here. Where there we go. Got it. First time joining your live, sir. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much indeed. I appreciate it, and good to see you. Hopefully, we'll see you with some more. Right. Next thing I want to look at is the migrant situation. Keir Starmer came out with some very interesting comments, and I always have a pop around election time to try and encourage people to see what's actually going on in the real world. Now, Keir Starmer is coming out with things like we're going to rebuild bridges that the Conservatives broke. I read that as let's rejoin the EU. He said things like we're going to secure our borders, and then in the next breath, he's actually saying we're going to take in 120,000 migrants every year. Where the hell are they going to go? For starters, before you think of anything else, it's absolutely insane beyond belief. You know, I'm at a loss where they come out with this crap. I really am. We're in a lot of trouble no matter which way we go. Dan Gruner, first timer joining the stream. Welcome and thank you for your support. Glad to see you, and hope you enjoy the show. Well, there was this interesting article. News article came out. I'll just pull this up about Rwanda. See, now let's just make this full screen so you can see it. That'll be the main thing. I love these newspaper articles with the adverts. See, MPs call for Rwanda migrant flights to be ready in 24 hours. It'll never happen because they get stopped by the lawyers. Senior Tories warn the flagship policy to deter people crossing the channel in small boats must not be derailed again. Yes, okay. A landmark Supreme Court verdict on the legality of the scheme is now not expected until at least December. Conservatives are demanding radical action to ensure the flights go ahead, even if judges ruled against the government. Well, it's just not going to happen. They want Britain to work with other European countries. I think this is where old Starmer's talking about rebuilding bridges, battling people smuggling to secure changes to the European Convention on Human Rights, so states are not blocked from protecting their borders. Rishi Sunak will also come under intense pressure to change the law in the UK so he can press ahead with the Rwanda programme. Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick, writing in the Sunday Express, insists the Rwanda scheme will remove the incentives for illegal migrants to leave the safety of France in the first place. Labour would do away with all that and fling open our doors to hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants from the safety of Europe. Tory MPs insist flights must start before the election. Yeah, I bet they want it to start before the election. Isn't that damn convenient, huh? It's a very sore, touchy subject, all of this. And it's either going to win an election or it's going to lose an election for whoever's spouting it. Same with all the barges. It will never happen. Someone will always throw a spanner in the works. Always. And I was sent a video of these, the rubber inflatables that they're coming over in. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Have a look at this, and please pardon the rubbishy music that goes with it, but this is amazing. That boat is huge. Yes, folks, that was one of the dinghies that they're all going to jump in and come across. You must be able to fit, I don't know, 5,000 people in that thing. Yeah, sorry, Bloodnose, to hurt your ears. I did try and find a way of muting it, but I didn't quite get there. You imagine 3, 4, 5, 6 of those coming across every day. They'll just keep coming and in greater numbers. And I'm led to believe that they're launching them from further around the coast now because, there's more. There's more chance of them getting caught, so they just moved. What's this? Chunky Buster. Staten Island, New York is in civil war. Thousands of illegals dumped there. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's gone and subscribed to them, but there's a YouTube channel in America called Police Off the Cuff, and it's run by a chap called Bill Cannon, who's a retired NYPD police officer. Nice guy. Now, he was saying that where he lives, I'll say the name because he says it openly, Westchester, they have their own airport. And he said that late at night, they were flying migrants in, out of the way, late at night and scurrying them off. What are they hiding? Why are they doing it then? New York is a sanctuary city, one of many in the United States, I'm led to believe. So the whole thing is a damn mess. It really is. What we've got here and what's going on over there, it is absolutely nuts beyond belief. Play apps new to your live stream. Welcome. Thank you very much for the support. Hope you enjoy this show. Good to see you. And make sure you continue to come here often, as they say. K Mackay, yep, I found this channel. There was another one here. Said they had a birthday very soon. My uncle, Gary, okay, I'm 50 this Thursday, can't bear it. I've got that in 5 years. And, the older I get, the faster time goes. I'm really starting to see that. It's kind of scary when you look back and reflect, isn't it? Mark and Janice, conservatives are happy to hide behind the legal challenges, but they're part of the bipartisan pro-immigration policy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We're all getting played. All sides are complaining about this, but, if you took my fingers, like this is one party and this is another, and did this, they all link together very nicely, don't they? That is exactly what is happening out there in the big wide world. And they think that we're all silly enough to fall for it. Well, unfortunately, many, many more people are waking up to this, right? And it's utter crap, most of it. Stink Pooter, what you got? Hello. My idea is that we should tow these migrant barges back to France in the middle of the night. Could you imagine that, them sleeping soundly and then all of a sudden they find themselves in Calais? Yes, that would cause absolute uproar, that wouldn't it? Absolute uproar. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, let's have a quick look at the other comments. Christine Ayres, hello to you. Will be quite funny when the EU migrants go off against the Islamist migrants and against the African migrants. Just can't see them all getting along as governments think they will. Yeah, I mean, this is a big problem, isn't it? You've got different cultures from different places all being expected to coexist and cohabitate the same area. And you're asking for trouble. You really are. Stop talking about the elites. Let us get the names. Yes, absolutely. My mother has just said happy birthday. Factual breakdown for the other day. That's great. Where are we? Jane Griffiths, Professor Tim was saying that we should be more welcoming to migrants. We may be migrants ourselves. Yeah, when they shove us out of our country. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the excuse that they're using is, other countries are built on the back of migrants. You look in America, for example, you have a lot of Irish Americans, Italian Americans, you know, even some Scottish in them somewhere, you know, all based on long distance migrants coming from other places. Even Romania is one place I heard of where some people come into America from as well. And that is the excuse they use. You know, I have a taxi driver that works for me, and he's from Afghanistan originally. And he came over here, not on a boat, he just came over here and he managed to get British citizenship, raise a family, and he works probably, you think I work hard, he probably works 3 times as hard as I do every single day. People like that, great. People that just jump on a boat and come over here expecting it all handed to them and everything else, I don't get it. I don't like it. And it shouldn't be allowed to happen. April R, the tragedy is 300 squaddies could solve this overnight, get them off their boats, take them straight back and destroy the boats. 25 years in prison for the traffickers. Not hard, is it? No, it's not hard, April. It's not hard. So why? Why? Claire, thanks for the mug, Andy. It arrived safely. Thank you, Claire. I'm glad to hear it. I shipped them all out by recorded delivery to ensure they were tracked. So I appreciate you letting me know and glad you're okay with it. Listen, everybody, this is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, our Sunday live stream. As you all know, regular subscribers to the channel, you get content Monday to Friday, 4 videos a day. This live stream on a Sunday, so you get access live and we can have a chat together. And it's wonderful to see everybody. Yesterday, I did a video on the Russell Brand situation. I thought, what the hell? Every bugger else is, so I may as well. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit that like button on this live stream because it really helps push it all around. And, you know, I think it's 100 thumbs up means that the algorithm starts distributing it everywhere, and I appreciate it. If you haven't done so already as well, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's completely free to do, no obligation whatsoever, and again, really helps. Just the red subscribe button, and that's all you got to do. Just push it, hit the notification bell as well. Now, there's one comment that somebody made earlier on at the start of the stream, and I'll pull it up. I started. That was April. Andy, for your info, your channel gets dropped randomly from my subscriber list. I have to resubscribe. It's happening to quite a lot of channels out there. It seems the bigger they get and the more popular they get, that tends to happen. They get unsubscribed. It's the algorithm doing silly things. I mean, when I check my subscriber count, sometimes I can lose 2 or 3 subscribers in a row, and then 2 minutes later gain 5. I think it's literally just the algorithm messing around. So always check that, folks. That's something. Yes, going on to the subject of cups and mugs and all that sort of thing. I have this. I'll show you. This is a big box of merch which somebody kindly did for me. There's several cups with a couple of different designs there, and underneath you can see a load of t-shirts. I've got some large, I've got some mediums, and a couple of extra large. I'm not looking at making a profit or anything like that on them. I just want to get rid of the bloody things. So if anybody would like a cup or a t-shirt or anything like that, then please get in touch with me via my email address, and I can get something shipped out to you, whatever you desire. I've shifted a few cups and I've shifted a few t-shirts so far. So, you know, they are going, just to show you what they are, and got their own little boxes here. The person who did this for me went to a whole lot of trouble, and there you go. It's just little old me on a cup. And there's also T-shirts as well, which look exactly like the one that's hung up in the background there. So you can see what's there. And as I said, if anybody, wants or desires any of this stuff, get in touch and I can get one shipped out to you. I've actually got one plummet actually on the table indoors, which I've got to get out as well. So, and there's T-shirts as well. I mean, you like this limited edition one that somebody did for me with the old Del Boy, and I got my airport business name on there too. I thought that was very well done. Thought I'd wear that on the live streams. So thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Let's have another quick look at the comments, and then we'll go and look at the next subject. Graham, Claire West. Where's Claire West? Hi, Andy and everybody here in Bristol. Hello, Claire, in Bristol, and welcome. I haven't been to Bristol for a while. I had to bring someone to an airport there once upon a time, and that was a long time ago. I had to go from here to Brighton to Bristol and then back again. Hell of a long drive. Andy, they're getting the boats from China and India. They're designed for just one-way trips. Yeah, I know. I did a video on it a week or two ago. They're literally single-use barges, aren't they? Unbranded, prefabricated for the job, and straight out. They don't have any safety certifications of any kind, and very, very dangerous indeed. Somebody is making money out of this somewhere. Turkey is the other place where they're coming in from. Morning Glory, my comments are disappearing from here. Well, not that one. I can see it, so not quite sure what's happening there. But I'll try and keep an eye out for you. Steve Smith, my mate bought me a mug with a Pick of the Twat Road sign on it. I hope he was joking. Okay. Well, if you want one of mine, let me know and I'll get it shipped out to you. Yeah, I'm not looking at doing a merch store or anything like that. I'm really not. But if anybody does want any stuff, just let me know and I can pick it out of my box and send it to you. Please put mine in the PDSA shop. Robin, conservative new pension plan, cash in hand jobs till you've had enough. Go to France, get a small boat back to him. This is how everybody's feeling, isn't it? This is how everybody's feeling. Very good point, Kevin. People making accusations against Russell Brand are anonymous. No one has gone to the police to report a crime. It's trial by media. You know, the media have pulled these individuals out of somewhere. I'm not going to make any comment as to whether it's false or truth or anything of that nature. And they've literally plastered it all over the news. So the question is there truth in it? Why have they done it? And why haven't the police been involved right from the start? We'll have to follow that with great interest. I know Paz has pulled a load of videos out on that as well. Gary Reynolds, mug, please. Yeah, I'll send you a mug, Uncle. I certainly will. Tony Tasker, I got my mug, Andy. Cheers, you're very welcome. A lot of people who have lived and worked in this country all their lives get no help when they need it. Then when these people come to this country, they get everything handed to them on a plate. And Keir Starmer wants to carry on letting 120,000 in every year. I mean, we just don't have the infrastructure to put up with this, you know, and the rate we're building houses. It's insane, all of it. Absolutely insane. Right, I want to break away from the migrant situation and talk about smart meters just for a second. I don't know if you recall, but I did a couple of videos in the week about smart meters, and it was really to do with the utilities warehouse and what was going on there, and a bit of a mess up they made about the installation and, well, potential removal of a smart meter for a business customer. What was happening is unit was empty and, you know, nothing going on in there at all. And what was happening, he was still getting a bill for generated electricity. He was scratching his head thinking, what's going on here? And it turns out that the culprit was something to do with the smart meter. So pulled the fuse. The next thing, he's getting accused and done for tampering with the electricity meter. And a crew came out to do some work, and he ended up getting charged 1,300 quid. I since got an email from a utilities warehouse representative telling me what should have happened, which I read out in a video and everything else. And I got a follow-up from the original business person who all this happened to. This is what they had to say. There's a lot more to this case that I did not include regarding billing. They removed the smart meter, but still charged me a standing charge. After the meter was removed, they sent me estimated bills, which were at least twice the 16 kilowatts they'd previously charged me, even though they'd removed the meter and no supply was available. I received bills with actual meter readings, which was totally confusing as there was no meter. Then I received bills with customer readings. Each time I contacted them, it was, oh, sorry, it's a computer error. So how many computer error bills are being sent out to people monthly? They blatantly ignore calls and correspondence with me and the Ombudsman and still not sent the subject access request, which they're legally bound to send. Then to top it off, I had a call on Friday to arrange the fitting of a new smart meter. They gave me a 4-hour window, but I have to supply an electrician to connect the smart meter to my consumer unit, as the engineers are not qualified and insured to make the connection. So I could have an electrician, if I could find one at such short notice, sat waiting for 4 hours, then waiting for an hour, which is quoted the time it takes to fit a smart meter, before he can connect the smart meter to my consumer unit. So in total, 5 hours. I bet any Sparky would be rubbing their hands with glee at having to wait 5 hours, not doing anything and getting paid for it. This is Utilities Warehouse. And, I'm picking on them, but I bet this is happening all over the place with smart meters. It's crazy. Dutchy Outdoor Cooking and Barbecue. Andy, I am online now about the Utilities Warehouse. What do you mean? Tell me more. What do you mean online? 1 year in prison or 15 grand fine if you refuse to let them in under the energy bill, feudalism 2.0. Yes, there is I got somebody emailing me having a go at me for peddling false information, but there's a government bill which actually says that they will be allowed to use reasonable force to get in and install the smart meter. There's certain targets that have to be met with this, and they're not being met, so they're getting desperate, trying to fiddle a way around it. Claire West, British Gas app and smart meter don't show most of my gas used, and days it does show from 1 a.m. till 4/5 a.m. It shows I'm using gas when I'm actually not. There's all sorts of problems with these, all sorts of problems. Back to the boats, Kevin. In 2010, there were 8,000 people crossing. Now there are 50,000. It's going up every year, isn't it, Kevin? Exponentially every single year. Again, nuts. No end in sight. It could be stopped. It could be stopped. I function. By the way, Andy, Octopus Energy do not insist on a smart meter. They're happy for me to switch and won't push the smart meter. I'm with Octopus. I got moved over to them from Avro Energy. When Avro Energy went bust, Octopus have sent me various emails and various different wordings to do with having a smart meter, but I think they've pretty much given up on me as well, because at every turn I've said no. But I fully expect when this energy bill goes through again, all the crap will restart. Oh, okay. I'm with you. Andy, it was me who sent you the email about Utilities Warehouse. Gotcha. Right. Gotcha. I'm with you. I do apologize for that. I appreciate it. And there you go. I've heard what happened to you. So let's hope you get sorted. Andy, I'm disappointed in you. Keir Starmer has not given a number regarding migrant crossing, neither has the EU. You can do better than this. 3 days ago, it was plastered all over the news, Kevin. Christine, under this net zero madness way it's going, we will be the ones living in mud huts, even though the UK has a population of 70 million. But China and India have 3 billion between them. Madness it is. Anna Perkins, perhaps we should have a few large advertising boys placed mid-channel to warn those entering the waters. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this is interesting. Jane, I'm happy with my smart meter, but being a pensioner, they can't switch me off, apparently, and on pay-as-you-go. Some people like the smart meters. Some people do. It's one of those things, isn't it? With smart meters or with electricity supplies in general, has anybody ever heard of the Priority Services Register? Give me a 1 if you've heard of it, the Priority Services Register. This is to do with electricity supplies and gas and everything. Angelica, I'd love a mug, please. Send me an email, Angelica, with your address, and I'll get something shipped out to you in the week. That's no problem. You have heard of the Priority Services Register. Absolutely. Well, the Priority Services Register, if you get on there, basically means that you have to, in all reasonable terms, be always connected. They can't, dump you off. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this sort of thing about my personal circumstances online, but I have a respiratory condition, which means I have to wear a machine when I sleep, and because of that, it being a long-term respiratory condition, that machine has to always be available to me with a source of power. So according to Octopus Energy, I can be on the Priority Services Register, and anybody who's got disabilities or problems or elderly or anyone like this, I would tell them, get on the Priority Services Register, because it will do you a great deal of good with regard to being connected and priority and everything else. And anybody that isn't and feels they can, get on there. It's well worth doing. Right, time for a bit of ULEZ. I saw a funny picture I was sent. This, a new way of disguising the ULEZ cameras. I actually saw one of these vans at Heathrow Airport yesterday. When you go in and you drive into Terminal 5, there was nothing. But there is a ULEZ sign now at the bottom of the ramp going up to Terminal 5. And when you drive out of Terminal 5 and round the other way, there's a ULEZ van sitting on the bloody grass verge round the other side, catching everyone coming out of the terminal. It's absolutely nuts. They're on the perimeter road round there. I mean, I thought Hillingdon and Heathrow and everything else have turned around and said, no, we're not having any of this. We're not having any of this. And these smart bloody camera vans are all over there. Now, one of the alarming things that has come out in the news, share screen, is this. Sadiq Khan warns the ULEZ charge could increase as Mayor ignores growing fury. There is growing fury, definitely. And you can see what's happening. There he is. Oh, he's been in New York, by the way. And a video is coming out from me about that tomorrow. Sadiq Khan has warned that the expanded ultra-low emission zone charge could increase despite mounting fury over the levy. He's faced backlash over expanding it, which we know about. Khan warned it's not inconceivable that the price could change, warning it's always kept under review. As drivers convert to cleaner forms of travel, he warns that fuel duty will dry up which would drive up road tax and so forth, noting that road charging is always subject to change. You see how he calls it road charging. He said that as drivers convert to cleaner travel, fuel duty is going to dry up. Fuel cells are going to drive up road tax and so forth. Hence, road charging is always subject to change. Not inconceivable in the future. At some date, ULEZ could go up or down. Congestion charge could go up or down. LEZ could go up and down. So what he's basically saying is, at some point in the future, these costs will increase. Once it's in, these costs will increase. Now, the other thing as well, when he's encouraging people to sign up for the scrappage scheme and get rid of their vehicles, you suddenly come to the realization, oh my God, I'm suddenly not going to get all these £12.50s anymore. So you see things like this. Sadiq Khan says paying ULEZ fines and keeping your non-compliant vehicles might make more sense. Here's when it's worth it. I mean, we're all calling it a cash grab. We are. The Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has suggested that drivers within the capital's expanded zone with non-compliant cars could choose to keep their vehicle and pay the £12.50 daily charge instead of applying for a £2,000 grant. So does that mean that the grant money is running out? Or does that mean that he's worried that if people get compliant cars, the revenue will decrease? If it's that, then the whole thing is a cash grab and it's not about the environment. If he's saying, oh, you can keep your car if you want to. Mr. Khan also said that people could sell their cars instead of disposing them by less polluting ones. It's almost like he's trying to discourage people from dipping into the pot. Apparently, there's still 80 to 90 million pounds left in the scrappage scheme, and he's claiming that people are taking advantage of it in droves. It's, on August the 28th, City Hall said 4,641 second-hand ULEZ compliant cars available for £2,000 or under on Auto Trader within 200 miles of central London. A lot of these £2,000 cars with the current price of vehicles at the moment are probably absolute bombs, if we're honest. Absolute bombs. There's a story which I read earlier about this guy that's got a vehicle which was a little bit older, and it was before they come up with the Euro 4 and the Euro 6 classifications for diesel and Euro 4 for petrol. So what he did, and it's what I would advise everybody to do, is go and get a certificate of compliance from a manufacturer. He's got a certificate of compliance for his car showing that it meets Euro 4 petrol standard. He's currently fighting with TfL to try and get them to acknowledge the fact that he can drive his motor within the ULEZ zone and won't have to pay anything. Guess what they're doing? Ignoring him. They're not acknowledging him, returning any calls, nothing like that. It's just go away, don't want to know. And he's fighting and fighting and fighting, yet it's all compliant. Again, a cash grab. An utter cash grab. I'll try and dig that article out and do a bit of a video review on it at some point in the week, because it's another example of what we need to know that's out there. This is the Sunday chat with Andy, the Gabby Cabby, everybody. Welcome if you just joined me, and good to see everybody. Thank you for your support this evening. Again, we've got some great numbers in the house, just over 300. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on the live stream. Helps the algorithm push it around. And if you are just here for the first time or been here a while, make sure the subscribe button is hit and you hit the notification bell to keep up with everything that goes on when I release videos on a daily basis. I appreciate all of your support. One thing I want to check as well, what's the sound quality been like tonight? Can you give me a 1 for good or a 2 for bad? And I'll tell you why I'm asking in a moment. 1 for good or 2 for bad for the sound. All goods. I like that. Hey. Andy says, pardon. Liked and shared, Andy. You're a gentleman. Thank you very much, Paranormal X. 1664 for Alan Edge. Alan Edge came back again. And then he disappeared again. So I don't know where Alan is. I hope he's all right. But that's a very old subscriber. Yeah, we got some good comments on the sound in the main. Yeah, what I was relying on, my webcam is right there, which I do for the live streams, and it's got dual built-in microphones, and I was never entirely happy with the sound. So what's happened? I got my hands on one of these, a Rode microphone. Everybody seems to be using them. That's any kind of professionalish, good standard of live streams. And I thought, well, okay, let's go with this. So I've got the microphone now set up there, and all my stand and everything there, so I can swap it between my phone when I record videos and my laptop quite easily. And it's like a bi-directional thing, so I can move any way I choose. And the sound quality is pretty damn good. And I'm going to look at getting some different kit in as well as I go to try and improve the quality of things a little bit more. So we've got some good stuff about. Thank you for pronouncing my surname correctly. I got it right, did I, Dan? That's brilliant. Sometimes I look at the name and try and say them quickly and think, did I say that right? Funny how there's no real problem with bad pollution in London before ULEZ even started when you check the records. But Khan will not talk about toxic air on the underground. You've got loads of people that have gone around London with air quality testers, and literally every time they go down the underground, you've got the same trouble, haven't you? The sound quality. Not the sound quality, the air quality. It's diabolical. And yet when you walk all around the streets of London, the monitors are saying they're all good. They're all good. So what's the problem? I mean, you look at older pictures of London from way back in the day, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, you got smog. Very thick smog. And you go through life and the quality of engines and everything else, the pollution levels have got, well, better. Air's cleared up anyway. And, you know, we've got this situation where we have to pay. And, of course, it's not only London. There's other places in this country as well that are bringing it in. You look what's going on in Scotland, for example. And our dear mayor, Mr. Khan, and I say that with tongue-in-cheek, popped over to New York to a climate conference with Prince William and various other people. They're all in there together. And I find New York a very interesting choice of location for various reasons, which you'll see in a video that I bring out at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's a big racket. It's a big racket. I mean, you go up to Heathrow. I mean, that's a perfect example. That's now within the ULEZ zone, and Chesington World of Adventures in the ULEZ zone where it needn't be. These are all places where they're just maximum footfall, maximum revenue generation. Here's all the £12.50s for all the non-compliant cars. It is an absolute diabolical cash grab. It really is. Right, I'm going to go through for the last little bit and just acknowledge some people's comments, and then we'll wrap things up. Steve Arnold, Khan should be called Scrooge. New York is the home of the UN. Why are you surprised, Uncle Max? No, that's one of the reasons. I'm not surprised he went there. And also, New York is a member of the C40 Cities group. They have been since 2005. and I'll give a bit more information out about that tomorrow. But it just all stinks to me because the news have said, oh, what a hypocrite. He's gone and got on a plane. All right, he might be a hypocrite, but what else is going on? You've got to look into it a little bit more. EastEnder would be a great idea if every underground user took TfL to court over the pollution on the underground. Should think that would be enough to get it shut down. Somebody sent me an email suggesting I look into that to see if anybody has. And I've had people email me and make comments that actually work on the underground, where they spend any amount of time up there, blow their nose, and there's a load of black smut comes out of their nostrils. That's wrong. Dead wrong. You've got to admit it. Pete Parker, yeah, I agree with you. Totally. What you've just said there. Anna, make no mistake, all these measures are about control of the individual, something our ancestors fought long and hard. Too many paying the ultimate price to keep freedoms dear forever. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. Yes, it was, but was still under a hosepipe ban in Devon. Still? Oh, my God. CFC Daniels, yes, whenever I get off the tube and later in the day, I sneeze, all black stuff comes out. There you go. Case in point. Case in point. David Lean, 20 mile an hour, Wales. I'll tell you what, I just sent some information, and I won't say too much because the video will be out tomorrow. But people were surveyed about whether they agree with a 20 mile an hour zone within Wales, all of Wales. And do you know how many people were actually surveyed? Actually, you'll find out tomorrow. And then if you compare that against the population of Wales, you'll see why I was a little bit flabbergasted. Good night, John. Thank you very much for joining me, and appreciate seeing you as always. Take care of yourself. Yeah, I went to that Madame Tussauds place last time I went to London. Observatory next to it. Good day. I haven't been to Madame Tussauds for years. That was a great place. Anna, stick another naught on the end. You're not too bad. Not too bad. Lisa, I wasn't asked to have my say on the 20 BS. Do you live in Wales then, Lisa? Let's have a look. Sad IQ is a vile little man. How did he win elections last time? I smell BS. I heard Sad IQ from Maya Tusi. First time I heard that, I howled with laughter. It was really funny. Reform BBC. Hi, Andy. Yes, it's a tax income for government. You'll soon have to pay tax if you get your leg over. If they get their way. What about if I get my way? That's funny. That's funny. 20 mile an hour, there'd be cyclists getting tickets. Yeah, didn't Black Belt Barrister do something about that where it was, some cyclists were caught doing 40 miles an hour, something like that. And I thought, how the hell can you pedal that fast? Yes, the South, can you please send regards to Lanelli? Okay. Well, look at the thing at 8 o'clock in the morning and you'll see that. Dan, I should say goodnight in advance, Andy. Been a subscriber for a while now. You bring a smile to my face. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate the kind words there and the comments and the support. And I hope the live was good. I'll see you when I see you. And look out for the videos tomorrow. Kay, here's a thought. If you removed all economic migrants living in and around the cities, how much less traffic would there be? Yeah, I saw a picture. There's probably about half an hour, 40 minutes up the road from me. There's services. Farthing Corner used to be called back in the day, but now they're just called the Medway Services. And it was a picture of the M2 running underneath it just around the time it was built. There was one car in the picture, one car. Now you drive down there now, there's hundreds of the damn things. Well, you couldn't over the weekend because that section was shut. But yeah, mad. Paranormal X bursting into flames in the USA, e-bikes. We've got this problem, haven't we, with anything with E in it, batteries, spontaneous combustion. I mean, there's been a few Teslas that have gone up, hasn't there? You know, why? Is it the batteries? I Spy, give the Blade Runners a mention. They are our best hope. Yeah, I mean, when you have a situation such as this, where enough of the populace decide we're not having it, and they're going to do something about it, they'll go and remove obstacles. In this case, it's the cameras. Now, the Blade Runners are a fantastic group of people which are going around doing this on behalf of everybody. Whether they manage to get rid of every single camera everywhere remains to be seen, but they're certainly retiring an awful lot of them. And when I get sent footage of anything that's out, I will bring it to you all of the time. Yeah, a bit like that sometimes, isn't it? Paranormal Channel X. Definitely. When they finish with motorists, they will start on the cyclists. Wouldn't surprise me. Mark and Janice says, funny how all you like-minded people all watch Richard Vodes, Maya Tusi, Matt Master, Jeff Buys Cars, Russell, and this wonderful channel. Yeah, we all kind of congregate, don't we, into our own little packs. Definitely. Thank you for that nice comment, and thank you for sticking that up, Blood Nose. I might have to get you doing the same thing for me that you do for Rush, and you know what I'm talking about with the old little stars. It'll make it easier to go through things. Anna Perkins, all migrants coming via the marine route should be expected to serve at least a full year, perhaps put them to work on land. I'm sure farmers would love plentiful and free labour. There was a problem in Dover the other day, some kind of hazardous issue. They put up blue tents and people were having to dress up in certain safety equipment to go. I drove through Dover yesterday, bringing some people home. And as I come down the main route into the town, I actually went and looked to see if I could see anything. And I could see the tip of one of these blue tents just stuck above the boundary fence. So something was definitely going on down there, that's for sure. Bivlo, ULEZ cams are for facial recognition, 3D cams with 2 lenses. I've got the fact sheet, the specifications on this in my email. So are you the one that sent that to me? Because that is spot on what I was sent. Claire, I believe this coming GE will be a single issue election. The Migrant. Well, both sides are saying what they're saying, aren't they? And also the situation with the road charges. They say ULEZ, but they keep saying road charging. I think both of those will be important. 15-minute cities, reason why they want this. I've not covered 15-minute cities in a while. I'm going to have to look up to see if there's any new information on all of that. But the other thing I've noticed, and I've never really published it because it's just one of my own silly thoughts. Have you noticed all of these housing estates that they're putting up everywhere? They all look very like they have a particular purpose, and their locations, some of them are very close to shops, about 15 minutes away, to be quite honest with you. And I just looked at them and thought, something's going on here. Something's going on. Here's an idea, Andy. Get BBC Verified to verify your sources. You'll spend the rest of the time peddling rubbish. That's true. They can't even get their own career history right, can they? So what hope have I got? What hope have I got? Right, we've just come up to the hour, folks. And that's as much as I like to go through and do. And I've got an airport run at 1:30 in the morning, so I've got to go get a little bit of sleep now. Yes, from tomorrow, I'll just have a slurp of this. 8 o'clock sharp, and I've put it up as a premiere. There'll be a little something about the 20-mile-an-hour speed limits in Wales and some information I was sent by somebody. And then there'll be 3 more videos out after that on the hour, every hour. So 4 videos, and you'll get the same Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming and joining me this evening. I appreciate all the support and your comments and everything as always. Great to see you all. Remember to give it the thumbs up if you haven't before you leave. And yeah, great. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, what's left of it. Got a couple of hours. Good night's sleep. Back to the week tomorrow. So till next time, toodaloo.